All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. What's up, everybody? My people in Manhattan, the Boogie Down Bronx, Queens, that's Staten Island, my home borough, Brooklyn. Back at you with another video. It's going to be my first aftermath video to this weekend's wild card playoff games. The first one's going to be on the aftermath of this, there's that amazing Chargers-Jaguars game. Jaguars really impressed me, particularly Trevor Lawrence. I mean, motherfuckers were down 27-7, and Trevor Lawrence threw 4 horrible interceptions. He threw 4 dumbass interceptions. I'm watching it on TV like, bro, what are you thinking? What are you seeing? I wish I could have been in his body to see what he saw. I don't know what he was thinking, but he made up for it by throwing 4 touchdowns and leading the Jaguars on an amazing comeback. And, Asante Samuel Jr., playing like his pops, playing better with his pops. Motherfucker had 3-4 picks. Played great, but shout out to the Jaguars, man. They started out the year rough. They got hot at the right time late in the season. They ended up beating the Titans and winning the division. And now they won a playoff game. It's the first time the Jaguars won a playoff game since 2017 when they slaughtered the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh and then ended up losing to New England in the AFC Championship game. But shout out to the Jaguars. Congratulations on Trevor Lawrence and all those dudes. Travis Etienne, how you pronounce his last name? Travis Jr. I'm calling Travis Jr. And let me say this. If I'm the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm going after DeAndre Hopkins. Once again, the Jaguars, the Bears, the Baltimore Ravens. If I'm any of those teams, I'm going after DeAndre Hopkins. Try to get what I can. You saw how Jalen Hurts, he played better once they got A.J. Brown. Tua Tagovailoa was playing great when they added Tyreek Hill. If I'm the Jaguars, I add D-Hop. Okay, but back to the Chargers. Justin Herbert, I don't get the hype around this kid. Honestly, I should say I don't get it. I get it. He's very talented. He has a great future, but he might end up being another Dan Fouts to Phillip Rivers. A guy who puts up great numbers, or a Warren Moon, a guy who puts up great numbers in the regular season, gets in the playoffs, and just, comes up small. The Chargers in their history, they've had so many talented players. Lance Allworth, Charlie Joyner, Dan Fouts, Kellen Winslow Sr., they had John Jefferson, all these, the Eric Coryell era, and they couldn't win. Eric Coryell, they couldn't win. In 1979, in the divisional round against the old Houston Oilers, now the Tennessee Titans, Dan Fouts threw 5 interceptions against the Oilers with no Earl Campbell, and they lost. No Earl Campbell or Dan Pastorini, who was a starting quarterback. You're an NFL story, you know what I'm talking about. But, they've always had talented teams and just came up small, In the 90s, they had Junior Seau and Rodney Harrison. Got the Super Bowl, got slaughtered by the 49ers. In the 2000s, they had Drew Brees, replaced him with Phillip Rivers. They had LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Gates, Vincent Jackson, Sean Merriman. People forget about him. And Antonio Cromartie. They had so much talent and, couldn't get it done for whatever reason. I'm disappointed. I have a bad feeling Justin Herbert's going to end up being like Phillip Rivers and Dan Fouts. Great quarterback. Puts up big numbers, but just can't get to the playoffs or just can't win it in the playoffs, in every generation you have that type of player in all sports, not just the NFL, but all sports. But, once again, congrats to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Doug Peterson, he's a very good coach, very good to, I won't say great, but, very good, borderline great coach, I'm real strict with that term great. I don't want to throw it around all loose like everybody else in the world today, but, he's a very good coach, and he got this team ready. Even though they were down 27-7, they clearly didn't get up. They didn't give up. They came out and they won 31-30, and it was a great game. Great game, but like I said, congratulations to the Jaguars, and can't wait. And I think it's going to end next week. No, none against them, but I think it's going to end next week. But like I said, if I'm the Jaguars, go after DeAndre Hopkins if you can. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you agree Herbert, will end up like Dan Fouts to Phillip Rivers? Guy put the big numbers but can't win the big one. Were you impressed by the Jaguars? Do you agree that they need DeAndre Hopkins or need to draft anywhere to get any time after receiver for Trevor Lawrence? Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I'm going to see you all.